The F&B industry is going through a pretty exciting time right now, and that too particularly with the Generation Z, the Gen Z coming as the consumer base. Now, the Gen Z is known as the generation who is experimental, who the generation of the hustle culture and a big foodie generation. But to tap into the mind of the Gen Z is very important, and it is something that a lot of businesses out there are trying to do, specifically in the F&B industry. To talk more about that, to know what the Gen Z consumers actually want, we have with us over here at Vietnam the founder of House of Yuvi, Sahil Sambhi, which hosts outlets like Molecule, Beverage, Vietnam, and over 15 outlets all over the country. So Sahil, as I said, over 15 outlets now under House of Yuvi. There's Molecule, there's Beverage, there's Vietnam, the one that we're sitting in right now, and a lot of conceptual and experimental dining experience is what we're getting. And you joined the entrepreneurial journey in a pretty young age. So what has been the experience like?
So I started young, like you said. I started when I was in my late 20s, and I was already an entrepreneur when I got into this industry. I was into my family business, but I always wanted to open restaurants. You know, the restaurants would always intrigue me when I was young. I used to go to restaurants and feel, how do these guys work? And you know, why is every restaurant packed? And this must be the best thing to do. So when one such opportunity came by in 2015, and I took the plunge and never looked back ever since. So started in 2015 with Molecule in Gurgaon, Sector 29. That's how the journey started, and here we are with 21 molecules across the country, and 4 Vietnams where we are here right now, the latest one. And along the way, we've opened a couple of new concepts, experimented with new things. It's been an exciting journey, a roller coaster journey, and this is what I like now. This is my life now. I eat, sleep, breathe restaurants and food concepts. Yeah.
On a lighter note, as you joined pretty young, you joined your family business at a pretty young age. So on a lighter note, do you feel that the concepts, the ideas, the notions that you came up with were pretty different from other people in the business who have been in the business for a pretty long time?
So in India, I mean, we all think, you know, restaurants are the most profitable thing. Like there is a saying, yeah, dal makhani 20 rupees ki banti hai, 400 rupees बेचते हैं. So that's a layman thinks that's what running a restaurant is all about. Profit. So I came up from a very different school of thought. When I wanted to open a restaurant, it was all about doing things differently, you know, doing things in a very different way, doing things not just to do financially well, but to attract, you know, my generation to come out, be more diners. You know, our generation at that time was just a party. It was all about party. It was all about going out to have drinks, do late night parties. So I always wanted to make them even enjoy a meal, which was not the case at that time. It's changed now though, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do different food concepts, unique food concepts, and even in a bar, I wanted the food to be the focus. So that was my school of thought. Yeah.
So talking about the financials, the growth, the numbers, what has been the journey like? I mean, you yourself said that Molecule has over 21 outlets right now. So what has been the journey like? What are the growth that you have seen with respect to numbers? And what are the trends that you have seen that have changed in the following years?
Molecule started off as a molecule gastronomy kind of a concept. It was food which was done via molecule gastronomy. It's undergone a change during the course of time, and we've grown Molecule from one outlet in 2015 to 21 outlets, as I speak. So there has been a massive growth, and the growth has been also after COVID. So before COVID, we were 5 outlets, and in a span of last 24 months, we've escalated Molecule to 15 new outlets. What we realized very early on was that, you know, there is a dearth of these concepts in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. I mean, Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, there was no shortage of brands, there was no shortage of restaurants. every second day there was a new concept opening. But when you go to a smaller city, say like a Lucknow, Agra, Meerut, Kanpur, I mean, they lacked such restaurants, quality restaurants. Even though the exposure, even though the financial capability of consumers there was as equal as, I would say, that of a tier 1 city. So if I speak about numbers, we've done well. We've done well. Our turnovers are into 4 figures. So yeah, I mean, we're doing more than 200 CR a year as we speak, and hopefully we'll escalate this further.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, tier 2 cities, I am from Jhansi, and last time I went to Jhansi, I saw a molecule over there. So I was pretty surprised by that. And talking more about that, what is the response that you have seen from tier 2 and tier 3 cities when it comes to such concept restaurants? And do you think that tier 2 and tier 3 cities are going to be the growth drivers for the F&B industry in the future now?
Absolutely. I mean, there's no two ways about that. You know, tier 2 and tier 3 cities are the next business hubs. Tier 1s are pretty much exhausted. Tier 1 real estate is at a sky high rate. So commercial sense, opportunity sense is more when it comes to a tier 2, tier 3 city. Like in Jhansi, I went to Jhansi, there is no flight there from Delhi. You got to go and train or drive through. I went there and I didn't find one restaurant which I could probably have a nice drink or a cocktail in the evening or even a decent meal. But you saw Mercedes, you saw BMWs, you saw all the cars in the world there, and people were nice, good-looking people were on the streets. So immense exposure, immense capabilities in such cities. It's about time that brands, concepts go to these tier 2, tier 3 cities. And you said, like, if the acceptability of these concepts is there, most definitely. And like you said, you stay here, you went back to your hometown, saw Molecule. You've heard of Molecule in Delhi and you went back to Jhansi and could relate to the brand Molecule. So that's how people in Jhansi or Meerut or Allahabad or these small cities have been doing. They used to travel to close by city in the weekend, party here and go back on the Sunday. So they already know these brands, and when these brands come to their hometown, they're waiting for it. They're already waiting for it. And they don't need to come now to Delhi.
So now, as I said, the Generation Z, the Gen Z, the youngest generation right now, is entering the consumer base. They're entering the market. So what are the trends when it comes to dining out that you have seen are very prominent in the Gen Z? Like, these are the things that they want to eat with their food. These are the things that they want to have with their drink. So what are a few trends that you have seen over here?
Very interesting. Gen Z, I believe, are the most evolved generations so far, and obviously they are. What I've observed is they are into dining which is more convenient. They don't generally go out to restaurants which are like far away or a bottleneck away. So they want it to be more convenient. Convenience is one of the prime concerns of the Gen Z. Second, I believe, is they are very much into health. They're very conscious about what they're eating, which was never the case in previous generations. We've never cared what we ate until our blood work came in. So Gen Zs are definitely more conscious of what they're eating. So if you'll see the salads, I mean, during our generation, we just knew 4 salad names. We just knew, one European salad, one Asian salad, Indian. There was nothing called an Indian salad. Now, the salads are not cuisine specific.
Yeah.
They're ingredient specific.
Yeah.
You take a few leaves, take a few nuts, toss them here and there, you got a salad on board. And it's no cuisine. It's just ingredients. And that's because of Gen Z. They're so conscious of what they're eating, so they want to eat things right. And they want to eat things which are sustainable. Sustainability also is one of their, eating trends. They want to eat sustainable, they want to eat healthy, and they want to eat at a convenient spot.
So, talking about experimentation and sustainability, what are a few things that you and your team has experimented with respect to food over here at Vietnam that the Gen Z consumers, the Gen Z, the younger generation really likes eating, and it's the most standout and the selling out dish?
When it comes to cocktails, when was the last time you had a cocktail with sugar? We are so conscious of what we are drinking and eating these days. We check the ingredients now. We know what we want to know what's going inside us. We are more ingredient conscious now. So that's what the Gen Z is brought to the game, and it's the right way to do. We should know what we are going to eat or drink. And like I was saying, salads, more health food is what is the Gen Z way. So the highest selling dish here, not surprisingly, is the salad. So it's called the pomelo papaya salad. And like my chef was telling me, it's on 8 tables out of 10.
Okay.
And that goes to show 80% tables order that every day. So definitely a salad here. We've got the pho here selling a lot. It's a Vietnamese national dish. And again a healthy dish. It's a broth. It's a soup broth made with seafood or chicken or whatever you prefer. So yeah, the healthier foods are selling the most here, and they're more experimental. Like you said, how times have changed. Earlier, we just used to have 3 cuisines: continental, Indian, and Chinese.
Chinese, yeah.
I mean, for us, Asian food was Chinese when we were young. I remember the restaurants we used to go to. It was soup, rice, and noodles. This is what we knew about Chinese food. Now, there are cuisine-specific restaurants. There is Japanese, there is Vietnamese, there is Korean, there is Malaysian, there is Italian. So that goes to show how much comfortable we are now with experimenting on food. It was not the case earlier. So yeah, I mean, positive changes in the right direction, and exciting times ahead.
So as you mentioned that it's very exciting, it's an exciting time to be in right now. But the F&B industry we know has seen a lot during the pandemic. There was a setback that happened. And the demands of the people, the taste and the preferences of people have changed. So what are a few changes that you have seen as per a general conscious that, are coming out right now? And what a role does the younger generation plays when it comes to deciding a menu or opening a restaurant? And also about your outlets, what's the future plan like now?
So we'll speak about how's life been post pandemic. So I feel all of us are more quality conscious now. I mean, that was a huge setback. That was a huge jolt to all of us. We didn't know how to tackle it. We were not prepared for it. Once that got done with, we are now more conscious. We're more quality conscious. That's why, like I said, the trends of food have changed. Gen Z, what do they bring to the table? These guys dine out. They at least want to dine out 4 times a week. So the frequency of dining out has increased. The numbers that we are doing post-COVID, we have never done pre-pandemic. So that goes to show that frequency of dining out has increased, and also quality-based dining out has increased. In both the cases, your revenue goes up. So it's exciting times for the industry because we as restaurateurs are more confident about doing things, innovating with new concepts, not just sticking to our comfort zone, going out of a comfort zone, experimenting. We're opening a new restaurant in Chhatarpur. We're getting chefs from all across the world. We've got an Italian chef coming in. We've got a chef from one of the countries in Asia coming. We've got a Turkish chef coming. We've got a bartender from London coming. I am so confident now that Delhi is ready for anything now.
Yeah.
So exciting times ahead. And coming to what we are doing, we're doing a lot. We're going to the length and breadth of the country. So Molecule, like I said, 21 outlets across the country, and we're going down south now, Hyderabad, Goa, Pune, is where we've signed up Molecule. We've signed up Molecule in Bangalore also, Whitefield. Opening Bavri next month in Bombay. Opening Bavri in Delhi very soon.
Okay.
Looking to take Bavri to London and Dubai next year. Doing couple of new concepts also. So good times with the group. We've built a very strong team, and it's a very close unit that we work with. Very confident about our team, and hence the growth cycle will continue.